Welcome to the Milk Market Tidbit for the June cold storage report that the USDA released Friday afternoon. This is Dr. Lawrence Jones, and I'm recording this on Monday morning, July the 27th. So the cold storage report is our second report that comes out each month after the milk production report, and we'll get the dairy products report here in another 5 or 6 days or so. So let's start with the revisions. And so the cold storage report for cheese was revised down about 6 million pounds. And that was kind of the only major revision. And then if we look at where it came in at 16,179,000, an increase where we thought it would be more like 8 million for me and 1.1 million for StoneX. And part of that was due to those revisions. But one of the things that was built into my typical number was increasing demand by about 10 million pounds. I thought June might have a higher demand. But if I take that assumption out, it comes in right at 18 million. So that was very close to where it came in. So I'm going to say that June demand was probably very similar to May. So here's a graph of the cheese stocks. And I think what's been going on is we had an upward trend. We went up to about 1.5 million. And now we've really flattened that out for the last 3 years. And this is about when the increased cheese capacity really started coming online. And so I think the scenario is let's not increase our cold storage clear up to 1.5, but let's use the increased capacity as our buffer here. Historically, there's been a lot of noise in changing cold storage, but the last 5 years would have been an average of about 5 million to the downside. So again, we're added quite bit more than what we typically have in the last 5 years. American stocks includes cheddar, so it's kind of the one that really starts to drive the milk price. Again, tremendous upward trend. We kind of peaked out in 2023, and then we came off in 2024, and then now we're headed back up again. So the question always is, should we be adding cheese in the cold storage? I think one of the things that really impacts it is the forward curve. So if we look at back where we were around June 12th, they were looking at $1.57, let's call it, and then 6 months out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $1.72. So that's a pretty good deal to stick cheese in the cold storage and think we're going to pull it out. Or the better, safest thing would have been to put it in cold storage and sell the futures. Other stocks are really the kind of cheese that we're exporting quite a bit. So again, it's kind of the same thing. We were on this tremendous upward trend until we got exports kind of moving, and then we dropped back off, and now we're probably declining just a little bit. But again, this is what is kind of left over from the major export business. Swiss stocks are a very small part. They've been headed up just a little bit. Now, if we look at butter, there was no major revisions. This came in at a minus 3 million pounds. We drew down stocks a little bit. I thought we would actually add, and StoneX thought we'd take a lot more away. So the butter stocks are very cyclical, and again, we've got an upward trend, and then we started coming down, and we're coming down fairly significant now. And if you kind of draw a line back, we're right where we were in 2022, maybe clear back to 2019 in terms of butter stocks. So this was the cold storage report with the cattle on feed that finished up what I call report week. The next milk market tidbit will probably be for the class components. And again, there's an error on this. This is a 5-week month, so that's going to be down here on the 5th of August. And then, of course, right after that, we're going to get the dairy products report.